Alrighty, welcome to another week of maths and a great week. Very exciting, looking at area. There is a question here. What is the area of this shape? And you've got all these measurements around a weird looking duck style square shape. In order to answer this question, I have a few lessons, and your job at the end of this video is to answer this question and the one below this video. All right, well, let's start with a bit of vocab. First things first, area. If I zoom out, area is the space that an object takes up. So whenever you're thinking about area, you're thinking about the amount of space the object is occupying. Okay, like a room, you're thinking about inside a room and how big that room is. Not so much the outside of the room, you're thinking about the space that the room takes up inside. Here's a great little square on your screen. It's not to scale, which means these measurements aren't accurate, but it's a great starting point. All right, you can see that this square has length 4 centimeters and width 4 centimeters, which means that if you go all the way around, you've got 4, 4, 4, 4, but we're not going all the way around, we're going for the space in the middle. In order to find the space in the middle, a very simple multiplication occurs. There's our multiplication sign. And the multiplication is of the length and the width. So we've said the length is 4 and the width is 4. So the multiplication we will do is 4 multiplied by 4. Now remember that not only are you multiplying 4 by 4, but you're multiplying 4 centimeters by 4 centimeters. It is vital that you include that in your equation. Okay, and we know that 4 multiplied by 4 is a square number. It's 4 squared, or the answer is 16. Now, what about these centimeters? We're multiplying centimeter by centimeter, which means we're actually multiplying centimeters squared. 2 of those centimeters, if you square them, it means you're timesing them by themselves. Centimeters squared. If you do not put your squared on the area here, it becomes a wrong answer. Would love to see a correct answer when you're mathematicking across the area spectrum. All right, next question in front of us is 5 centimeters multiplied by 6 centimeters. Why have I said multiplied here? Well, because we know that the area is length multiplied by the width. In your head, have a think about what the answer will be. Here it comes. It's going to be 5 centimeters multiplied by 6 centimeters. You can do it the other way around as well. It doesn't matter. You can do 6 centimeters multiplied by 5 centimeters. And the answer not only is 30, because 5 multiplied by 6 is 30, you've got to be on the ball and make sure you put yourself in with 30 centimeters squared, because it's centimeter times by centimeter, which means it's centimeter squared. Okay, you're getting great at this. Length multiplied by width is the area equation. Nice and easy, hopefully. But what about when you come across a problem that looks like this? It's a not very well drawn situation. Almost looks like a square chair. It's drawn by me. So again, the measurements aren't accurate completely, but you can see that we've got 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 8 and 2. What happens when you come across this in an answer? To be honest, it's exactly the same as working with a normal rectangle, but your job is to find the rectangles or the squares within the image. Okay, so I'm going to draw in what I think would be great squares and rectangles to use. If I put a line just here, we now have 2 rectangles that we can work with. We've got this rectangle here and this rectangle here. Okay, so now we're actually working with 2 different rectangles, but when we add those 2 together, we get the total area of this shape. I've colored them in so you can actually have a look at the 2 different areas and the 2 different colored rectangles. First things first, let's look at this big old rectangle here. We've got length of 5 and width of 5, so that would be a great starting point. I'm going to do 5 centimeters multiplied by 5 centimeters, which, as you will hopefully be able to guess, is going to be 25 centimeters squared. Don't forget the squared, otherwise the equation is incorrect. Make sure you put the squared in there. Now this rectangle, the blue rectangle, a little bit trickier. Let's zoom in on it a little bit. Okay, it says it has a length of 2, but we have no height, we have no width. Now the way that we're going to work that out very simply is have a look at the full length and have a look at this length and this length. Okay, you can see that this is 5 centimeters, but it stops here, and this is 8 centimeters. Okay, so imaginary line just here would mean that this total width or total length would be 8 centimeters as well. Okay, 8 centimeters here, 8 centimeters here. So we can assume that if this line was continued, it would measure 8 centimeters. Okay, so to be truly honest, this blue line, or this blue yellow line, is exactly the same scenario, just a little bit moved this way. So if this is 8 centimeters total, we've already got 5 centimeters of this length, then this length here would equal 8 centimeters total. 5 plus 3 equals 8, or you could work it the other way. 8 minus 5 equals 3. So this measurement just here, we'll write it in, is going to be 3 centimeters. Nice work. Now we've got a lovely equation to do, and the equation of course is 2 centimeters multiplied, because multiplied for the area, not addition, multiplication. 2 centimeters multiplied by 3 centimeters. Let's put that in. 2 centimeters multiplied by 3 centimeters. And this time we're going to answer it in blue, so hopefully we can understand that 2 multiplied by 3 is 6, and that's centimeters squared. All right, so we've done this rectangle, or actually a square, and this rectangle. We split them up, but now we need to put them back together and find the total, and the way we do that is a quick addition. So let's do it. I'll put my addition sign here, and we'll move our 2 areas, but you guys might have to write them. 25 centimeters plus 6 centimeters. 25 plus 6 is 31, and we're going to keep going by putting the centimeters squared at the end. Total area of this shape is 31 centimeters squared. Okay, I'm hopeful that I've given you all the tools to work out this question here. As you've seen, you need to figure out which rectangles you're going to work with and work out the missing measurements of the shape. For example, this width and this width is missing, and I think you'll need those in your answer. Okay, write this down on a sheet of paper, and if you want to upload the image as well as the answer, I would love to see you working out at home. But it is really important to work out the measurement of this so you can move on to big area measurements. A reminder that your answer needs to have centimeters squared, and of course at the end of all this, if you add up the areas of your rectangles, you should find the answer. I look forward to your submission, and I'd look forward to answering the couple of questions below this video as well. Any issues, bring them to class and we'll work through them. Good luck and stay safe.